So I'm going to be speaking about grounding. And I'd like to ask, if you're willing, please take your shoes off and stick your feet in the grass. Please. If you're willing. Nice. Just give everybody. Sorry, I'm just trying to give everybody a chance to get their shoes off. All right, so grounding. All grounding is just simply spending time with the earth. Okay, the earth is negatively charged with electrons. And when we become too positively charged, we get filled with free radicals, cancer. All right, so grounding. All grounding is just simply spending time with the earth. Okay, the earth is negatively charged with electrons. And when we become too positively charged, we get filled with free radicals, cancer. Am I good? Good, okay. And all kinds of disease comes from being too positively charged because we're not connecting with the earth. So the earth, when we connect to it, fills us with electrons that absorb the free radicals in our body and get rid of things like cancer and high blood pressure, anxiety, depression, all kinds of things that we're plagued with every single day. We can cure this with just simply spending time with the earth. I had heard from a gentleman who had mentioned, if we notice the people who have animals that live inside with them, oftentimes the animals get the same diseases as the people. And these animals typically don't go outside for very long. They spend a lot of time with their owners, and over 50% of in-house pets get cancer, just like 50% of their owners. And yet, reversely, animals who live wildly outside never have these diseases. And one of the main differences is the fact that they ground, and they spend immense amounts of time with the earth. So it makes a major difference for the animals. Sorry, I just want to see. So when you're earthing, it helps, like I said, reducing stress. It reduces depression, anxiety, high blood pressure. It boosts your immune system. It helps you to have better sleep. Gets rid of inflammation, which is the seed of all disease. It improves gut health, where your immune system actually starts in your gut, and with the environment of the gut, which is a lot of times when people take probiotics and prebiotics, it's because their gut health isn't very good. They have autoimmune disease. All of this literally comes from being disconnected. And in the world that we live in, we spend a lot of time in our houses. We spend a lot of time at work. We spend a lot of time in the car. We're not touching the earth. And when we are, we're wearing rubber-soled shoes, which is killing us. So I'm just kind of here to remind everyone that the earth is here. She's free, and she wants to heal us. And I don't really have a lot to say. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Remember the earth. Yes.
You guys spend a lot of time creating things out of copper. Why copper, and what does it do for our bodies?
Why? That's a good question. Okay, so we use copper because, number one, it has electrical properties, as do we. We are one of the most electrical beings in our environment. Our bodies are electrical, so the copper helps to guide the electricity where we need it. Also, copper is antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory. So it helps to boost the immune system. It also helps so that, like, when you have too much inflammation, it causes damage to the tissues. Copper reduces the inflammation so that the tissues aren't being so readily damaged. So you don't have so much deterioration, say, in a joint or what have you. So you can actually heal more fully and easier and better. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I worked in pharmacy for over 20 years, and by having either copper on you or taking copper elixir, it improves your skin quality. It makes it more youthful and vibrant, and it also makes the hair on your head awesome. Okay? So, good things, good things, good things. Nothing bad with copper. It's all good.
Any other questions?
See my new copper bracelet, guys? It's like a gauntlet.
Put it in the ground and watch your garden flourish.
Yes, yes. That's another thing too. Yes. Garden antennas. That's something that the ancients used to do. Electroculture, yes. Using copper. We are working on that. We've been experimenting in our gardens this whole season, trying to actually bring something that is
Oh,
tried and true and tested.
I know. If you're above the equator, it goes clockwise. If you're below the equator, you spin it counterclockwise, and it makes it better.
Thank you. Yes.
He's got a mic for you.
I forgot my question. I had to read it out. It was a good one.
Well, hopefully it comes back.
Oh, the feet. You know, we were singing about our souls, our rubber souls. Do you recommend leather? Is there another product out there that we should use instead of rubber soles? Like go back to leather soles.
Right, like leather, yes. That's something else. We're actually partnering with a. Oh, so she wants to know, is there a better product to wear on our feet instead of traditional rubber-soled shoes? And the answer is yes. We are currently partnering with another company working on creating shoes because there's very few options. But yes, leather is a lot better than rubber soles. Far better. Even wood is better than rubber soles. A lot of the Finnish would wear the wood shoes. It's kind of like
Belgians, too.
Belgians too. Wore the wooden shoes, the wooden platform shoes. And when those are tested with an electricity reader, the electricity goes through the wood, but it doesn't go through your rubber-soled shoes because it just grounds it out. So you're not getting any of those electrons into your body.
And they're all rubber soles.
They all are, yes.
That on purpose.
100%, yes. And a lot of new technology, well, old technology has resurfaced. We have discovered shoes that were created probably 2,300 years ago that are made out of leather, and they have like copper insets into the soles. They're kind of diamond-shaped insets, and they go all the way through so that whoever wore them actually had the metal touching their feet as they walked across the earth. And there's a lot of electricity that goes through that as well, and helps assist in the healing and grounding process. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay. So remember to ground. It's free. It's easy. And it'll save you time going to the doctor. I have been using grounding on an uncle of mine who has muscular dystrophy and muscular sclerosis. And he was diagnosed, I want to say 4 years ago. He can't walk. He can't move his toes. He has no control over his legs at all anymore whatsoever. So we have a couple different grounding technology that we built initially for him because he can't touch the earth. He can't rub his feet. He cannot get the connection. So these are designed where some of them are wristlets, and you plug them right into your wall. It goes right into the ground. There's a grounding rod right in the center of every house. And that's how all your electricity is grounded so that you have electricity. So what I do is I just plug it into his outlet next to his bed, put his cuff on, and now he can move his toes. He hasn't been able to move his toes in over 3 years. So we're starting to be able to move our ankles, and we can move our toes. It really works. It genuinely, truly works. I've seen people who haven't stood in years be able to stand after 6 months. But generally, a minimum amount of time you should spend with the earth is at least 20 minutes to get any effect. If you spend less than 20 minutes, you're probably not going to see much difference. So get outside, put your feet in the earth, and just enjoy.
I have a thing that happened with me with the grounding. I had to have an MRI done in the middle of winter, and there was a foot of snow on the ground.
Can you go ahead and restart? Can you enter that mic?
Do you need me on the mic?
Yeah, we want to.
Okay. So I had an MRI done in the middle of winter, and there was a foot of snow on the ground, and I was just like, I'm not going to go stand outside because I knew my body was like cringing.
Right.
And so I went and I bought some potting soil and I put it in a pot in my house, and I sat with my feet in that potting soil, and it helped a lot. Like I I could feel the energy just leaving. So I mean, it's just little things like that that you can do.
And it's cheap or it's free. And if the ground is too dry, you don't get the electrons as well. So it's actually best, like in the summer, to do it in the morning or do it in the evening when there's dew on the ground, because that little bit of moisture helps to carry the electrons through the bottoms of our feet and throughout our body. If you feel you need more than just, your feet in the earth, then put your palms down, because your soles in your palms will absorb the electrons faster and more effectively than any other surface area of your body. So if that helps, I hope that helps somebody. Yeah.
Question: if you are sitting on a wood deck
Yep.
that's over dirt, will that work? Feet on the wood deck, or does everything have to be compacted next to each other? Can there be a space?
There can be a space, yes. There can be a space. It all depends on, how would I put that?
Without your rubber soles.
Right, yes. Yes, that should work as long as the earth underneath is at least moist, because you want it to carry those electrons up. And when the ground is dry, it doesn't carry the electrons. But you can touch green plants or things in your garden, and that'll also carry the electrons to your body if your soil is too dry. I've seen where runners will put their feet on corn stalks because the ground is too dry. They can't get the connection to the earth, so they put their feet on the corn stalks because the corn stalks have the moisture in them, and they'll connect to the earth. And it reduces inflammation in the knees and in the joints of the feet as runners. It's very important for runners. Is there any other questions?
Well, I heard about people doing this, they do it seated. You're saying to do it seated.
You can stand, you can sit. Yeah, no, there's no particular way to do it. You just do it however you feel. Just get your feet on the earth or your hands. All right. Well, everybody, enjoy the earth. Thank you.